Well, hello there. We're here again, aren't we? And I am here to help you and enjoy this time with you. And that's what I am. Yeah, my energy is just a tad low. I'm in the middle of a retreat, a lament. It just means basically crying out to God and asking God some questions and being very honest and truthful with God, going deeper, being more connected. You have to understand, and this is, I guess, the wisdom for the night. This might be slightly abbreviated, but we're here. We wish to be here. The thing is that God isn't fragile. We can talk to him. We can cry out to him. We can question him. Now, we're going to get answers. Now we have to be prepared for those, but you can do that. There isn't a problem with it. You can really just kind of cut loose and let God know how you feel. But do it in the way of reverence and sacredness. You don't have to get, like I do sometimes, I admit it, get pretty f foul and gnarly. But that's not really a lament. A lament is more just letting go and letting God know that you're in pain, you're hurt. A lot of us do. A lot of us have moments. I've had a few in the last little while where things haven't been quite as what I expected. So I went to God. Sometimes it was good. Sometimes I was without being very good at this. But the reality is you can go to God. That's going to be my wisdom for this night. Well, let's get this over with. It's Eric at Start Healing Me. Eric at starthealing.me. Eric at starthealing.me. If you require to talk, please reach out. We'll send you a link and you can talk with me. Book that appointment. That appointment is free of charge. The next ones we'll talk about. Maybe only one necessary. Who knows? I'm here, available, willing to listen. I'll give you what wisdom I have flowing from me that flows from God. Best we can do when it is the best. So, where were we in that story? I guess we are at that point where the one dragon is talking to the other. He's taking a nap, and, you know, they've gone out and had to deal with some things. And it's about 2 hours later and the nap is over. Well, he didn't take a nap, he took a sleep. Remember, sleep is a little time. Nap is, wow, thousands of years by the looks of it. So he wakes and he looks and he goes, "Oh, you're back." Yes. Had a couple of little things to deal with, altercations, nothing major. That's good. So what did you wish to talk about before I had that moment of requiring rest? Well, as I said, I'm going to require you. Let me get into the details of this. Our shielding, everything we have, and shutting down all the gates and everything is going to keep this place a sanctuary. But you know they'll come, right? The dragon goes, "Of course they'll come. We're going to wake them up by the amount of energy that's flowing around here. Those out there, somewhere, hidden in places we can't even go, will come. Yes. It's the reason that the dragons are the way they are, isn't it? Could believe so. I know God has a solution, and He's going to keep this planet a sanctuary. We'll figure out a way of dealing with them when they do come. But we do know they're coming. Yes. So sleep is fine, naps are not. I understand. It's going to be us. when whoever else might be able to understand what we're fighting is a wrong word for that, isn't it? Yeah, God fights. We watch. Somebody has to be there. Yeah. This conversation went on for a while, just about them, things they could do and that we're going to do, things they learned from last time. Now, when they're unaware, they're vulnerable. When they're aware, they aren't. So there were some preps made and preparations made. Minefields were laid, things that couldn't be detected and were perfectly harmless to those passing through. But for these particular ones, set to their frequency, it would send a message. But they realized this wouldn't stop them. It was always God that stopped them in the long run, somehow, some way. After that conversation, of course, the dragon had to take another rest, sleep. And so that's what he did. The other dragon came out and the lady goes, "So what are these?" "Oh, you were listening." "I usually am." They're beings hard to explain. They don't really exist in this realm yet. They do. And you can't deal with them if they're aware of you. Hence the minefields. Yes. Specific frequency. I've dealt with these before, by the way. Oh, you have? Yes. A world a long time ago. One of the Earths. They came. They devastated Earth. But we eventually won against them. Pushed them back. Well, winning is a large word, isn't it? More like we pushed them back and they chose not to return for now. They're drawn to conflict, and we're definitely taking that energy to the new level because people are at conflict with us because what we're doing. So that's true. The dragons will fight properly as much as we can, as we all will. We're together here. At that moment, something really odd happened. Well, starting to say at that moment, something happens. Odd isn't around anymore. It left the building a while ago, and they both realized that. But this was unusual. It was something that hadn't been seen for a long time, apparently, by those that had seen it at some point. It shimmered into existence. Looked average, looked normal, yet not. Tested average, normal, yet not. Was it one of those? No, it wasn't. But it was something. They said, well, we're going to have to go and talk to whatever that is standing by the tree. Yes, that may be helpful, it may not. It depends. Understand? But we still have to go talk to it. That moment, Douglas was beside them. The two lawmakers were beside them. The woman from the Hobbit hut beside them. Even the mistress of the lawmakers beside them. With a few there. Traveler, merchant beside them. And a few from the city they'd never seen before, all of a sudden beside them. And I walked over and this guy goes, "Oh, I have an audience." He goes, "Just passing through." This is a sanctuary planet, and I do require that for a few minutes. For a few minutes, yes. That's what I can do. Those that chase me, they get through everything. It's probably the ones we were preparing for. Do you have any information? any intel that can help us. Our world defeated them, completely pushed them back into the void crack they came from. And why are you running? Because then they sent something else, worse than them, but they control them. We did not win against them. There are five of us out here somewhere. Maybe someday we'll gather together on a world where we can hold and defeat them. Well, this is a sanctuary planet being put together by God, so it's going to stay. You can stay. He looked down and he said, I will stay, but I will bring calamity, worse than what you were prepared for. That is all right. This is sanctuary. We will deal with it when it comes. Not in pride, not in arrogance, not in stupidity. We can do those three, but not. We will ask God, we will seek for information, and we will find a way. He goes, well, I have a whole database of how we fought them and didn't win. That's helpful. Yes, it would be, Douglas said. Anything on the war that you did and what you fought them with, yes. What didn't work. It's always good. Then we can rule that out and move on to what does work. You're optimistic, said the being that shimmered and shaked and shivered, said, okay, I will stay. And at that moment, there was another shimmer 4 or 5 trees down. Is that you? Yes, it is. Is this place safe? For now. They will come. I will destroy it. These people believe they can fight. Well, not so much fight, but let God fight for them. That'd be cool. Do you know where the others are? They'll show here because once we sit for a while, they all show up. And within the next 30 minutes, they were all there. All of their knowledge was being shared. Well, let's leave it there. We go on to a blessing, and I guess this blessing will be just the blessing of being able to speak to God, create that relationship to be with God, strengthened, encouraged by God, wrapped in joy, wrapped in peace, wrapped in hope, given creativity, ingenuity, answers, and wisdom, and everything else that God wishes to paint with that brush of His. And so, this can be, it's according to His will, and according to your will, this can be. Well, now we move forward into prayer, and we just simply ask God to be with you. Create sanctuary for you wherever you are. Let that energy fully, completely encompass you. That the enemy be pushed back and that you have a time to build that relationship with God. And even more so, to deal with what you would call surprises, and God goes, I already know. Let God help you in every area of your life, giving you courage and strength and grace and mercy. And we say thankful, grateful, gratitude, thankful, grateful, gratitude, thankful, grateful, gratitude. Standing in awe and honor, respect, allowing all glory to flow to Father, Spirit, Son. This is, and so this is. When you rest, rest well. When you wake, wake well. And know that your path is well lit by God. Blessings.